Hello everyone, it's Rory from Pratt's Pods. We're going to show you how we do a screen replacement today on a Surface Pro 9. So I'm going to try and do a full video of this and see how we get on. So here we are, this is our Surface Pro 9, absolutely destroyed in this bottom right corner. We're getting tiniest bit of display, so I'm hoping that all it needs is a new display and we will get this sorted now. So the first thing we need to do here is heat this up. So we've got him on the heat mat. So we're going to get him warmed up. I'm going to set the camera up over there. Hopefully we're going to be able to remove this screen nice and easy. Right, so here we are with this Surface Pro 9. First of all, this has been on the heat mat, so now we need to try and get into that screen. I'm going to choose this point down here, where there's obviously already damaged and it's all exposed. Should make it quite nice and easy for us to get in there and actually kind of get an entry point. So I'm just going to go in with my Ninja Star, just try and get under this adhesive. Get as much of it, the broken shards off as I possibly can. Might actually be a bit easier with tweezers with how broken this is. So we're just gonna, like I say, just scrape, try and get under the adhesive where all these broken shards are. And there you go, look. And that adhesive down the side is just allowing me to pull it out, which makes life a lot easier. See if we can get lucky with that down here as well and just pull the adhesive out. Alright, I'm not going to get so lucky on there. So now I've got all those shards off, I don't want to be damaging the frame too much. So I'm going to go with a plastic tool just to make sure that we're getting under there and we're not going to cause any scrapes or damage to the frame here. And that's slicing through nicely. Again, once we're through, if we just pull at that, that'll let us remove that adhesive quite nicely. We'll go up this side. Always be a little bit careful around these speakers. And then we're just going to carry on. There you go. Yeah, I'm just going to come up the side here. Just try and get past those speakers. And then along the top. One thing you will notice, if you've ever done surfaces before, the 8s and 9s do seem much better in terms of screen removal. Would have always really struggled with this. On the 4, well, everything below an 8 really. Getting a screen off and anything below an 8 is near on impossible without a lot of patience. So, whoa, that wasn't quite planned, but there you go. That's that. That you would be lifting forwards, hopefully not falling. This would be remaining plugged in there. You would remove this little shield that sits there, and then pop that out. That's all good. One thing we should be doing before that is removing the battery. Which if we lift this black adhesive, we will find where the battery plugs in, and we should be able to remove it. So there you go. So the battery looks like it's plugging in under here, which is not going to be very easy to get to. So what I might actually do, seeing as the screen has already fallen off, I'm just going to plug in the new screen make sure it's all working, and we'll go from there. So here is our nice new screen. We'll get him connected up. So hopefully it's going to be that straightforward. Beautiful. And what I will do, instead of disconnecting that battery, I'm just going to turn it all off. A lot of the newer stuff you're fine to just turn off. I mean, we can see that it's displaying, which is a lot more than it was. Now, my main question is, does it have any battery? Which it doesn't look like it does. So I'm going to plug this in. Tell you what, that's actually worked to our benefit. So I'm going to plug this in, leave it to charge for a while, and then I'll come back on the video once it's charged up. Obviously, show it being tested and working, and then we'll carry on with the repair procedure here. Right, so we do now have full display. We do have touch, so this is fantastic. Excuse the tape there, it's just to obviously hide the customer's information. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn this off, unplug it, and we're going to go ahead and clean the frame up. We'll wait for that fan to stop spinning so we know it's all turned off. There you go, that's that then, that's all turned off. Now I'm just going to unplug this new display, put it over to one side, and we're going to clean this frame. So where I was able to just pull out the adhesive, this side is very, very nice actually, up until the speaker, where I'm not going to try and remove that because that will also remove the speaker mesh. So we're just going to take our tweezers, we're going to scrape to get under this adhesive. Now I'm just going to grab it and pull it up. This adhesive on the Surface Pro 9s is lovely in comparison to the old ones. If you've ever repaired an old Surface, these things are a dream to work on, literally. The best Surface to work on yet, in my opinion. Super duper easy. There you go again, look. And then we'll just pull that up, and it's gone. It's lovely. I've never known a Surface like this. And we're just going to clean the frame by scraping on the side there. Obviously I am using a metal tool now, but I'm on the inside of the frame, so it's fine. And we're just going to scrape along just like that. I'm going to do that on every edge just to get any of the dirt that is up in the edges there, just to get rid of all that dirt, to make this a really nice clean repair. Once we've done that, I'm going to take just an isopropyl wipe, and we're just going to wrap it around my tweezers like this, so all the metal is covered. And we're just going to go again around the frame, the isopropyl this time, and just make sure it's nice and clean. Again, just removing any of that dirt that's in the edges and preparing this frame for repair. So we can put new adhesive down. We know it's going to have a nice bond because we've cleaned it. And then the new screen will stick down lovely. So obviously there's quite a lot of dirt on top of this speaker mesh. So I'm just going to hold it with one finger and just gently rub it. Again, it would be nice if it all looked nice and new rather than just the screen. And I'm just going to rub it down. There you go. Just this bottom edge now. Go along, rub. Lovely. Look at all of that. All of that muck that's come off there. Gross. Now, one of the layers of mesh on this side has come off on the old screen, which is there. So I'm just going to take this off now, just like that. Get him lined up and back in position, ready for the new screen. So get it in place. Hold it with one finger and then just come along to make sure it's all in position for the new screen. He seems to be being a bit awkward. I think he might actually be better off stuck to the back of the screen. The adhesive seems to be on the wrong side, so that is this side. And we're going to want to make sure we get it in the right position so there's not much overhang. You want to make sure it's nicely lined up, which it looks like it is. Perfect, if you can see that. The other side is still on the device, so I'm going to leave that as it is. So next, I'm going to give it a shake over the floor to make sure there's no broken glass stuck in there, which there isn't. Lovely thing about these Surface Pro 9s as well is it looks like battery's fully removable, which could make this much nicer for battery replacements in the future as well. That screen's come off much easier, that battery's removable. My gosh, they have done a total redesign on the 8s and 9s, and it's brilliant for us as repairers. So, next we want to get some primer, so we can put some primer along the frame, which basically just helps with the adhesive sticking. Makes it a much stronger bond. So I'm just going to take primer, which I have in nail varnish bottles, and we just do a thin coat along the edges. And by the time we've gone all the way around, we should be able to apply our second coat. You don't want to be spilling this stuff. You don't want to get it everywhere because it's pretty nasty stuff. I think it's pretty toxic. And make sure you don't drink it or anything stupid like that. And read your label for full details of what not to do with it. There's lots of different brands of primer. So the one we use is 3M primer. 3M, everybody knows 3M as a brand. So you know you're pretty safe using their products. Okay, so that's first layer. Now I'm just going to start down at the bottom again. Always recommended that you use 2 coats. There you go. Lovely. Obviously, I'm not covering the speakers with this because, well, don't want this all over the speakers. It will clog them up, block them up, and make it sound horrible. Also, don't want to be getting it on your cameras or anything like that, so do be careful how you go with this stuff. So that is the primer applied. So next, we're going to put our adhesive. What we like to use, or choose to use, is Tessa. So we have this Tessa in all kinds of different sizes, so we can always get a good fit to the device. And for this, well, I think this will do most of it. So that primer looks like it's dried very well. So now we're just going to take our Tessa and just apply it to these edges, just like that. Find my scissors. I don't worry too much about making these corners perfect, so I always come back at the end to do them. I think I might want thinner stuff for the sides. Yes, I do. Run this up to the speakers. And the same on this side. Like that. We've gone slightly over the speaker there, so a little more away. And I think on the top I want something slightly thicker. So I'm just going to go up to the cameras with a thicker one, and over the top of the cameras with a thinner one. That's not lined up very well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that back off. I'm not going to reuse that bit because it's already been stuck to something, so I'll cut that bit off. And sorry, I think my head might have to come down for this. Go. At the end. And over here as well. There you are. And then I can just see that here I've just gone over that little speaker, so I'm just going to cut a little bit away so I don't forget later. I don't want that to be visible or get in the way. There you are. Now I'll take my thinner Tessa to fill that gap. Perfect. Now at this point I would always look at the corners because this looks like I could do with having a little bit more on these corners. Okay, and a bit more on this one. There you are. Perfect. And that looks like that's going to be good. So what we need to do next is we take our scalpel. No, we don't. We take our tweezers. We just push this adhesive into these corners so we know it's all stuck down nicely. Shape it around the corner there. And then we take our scalpel and we cut away the excess there. I'm just gonna cut it there, cut it there. Yeah, just going to cut this corner. Oh, there you go. And the top ones. 1, and 2. Spot on. So now that test is applied, I'm just going to check it by eye and just make sure I don't think that we need to put any more on. I think we're okay. Perfect. So one thing I will do as well, which you don't have to do, I just do this because I think it helps. I'm going to put a little bit of primer around the edge of the screen. Now, I'm not going to double layer or anything like that, but I do think it helps with adhering this screen, the new screen, and I don't want someone coming back with any kind of lift. That's just not good. Any warranty job obviously is manageable, but you don't want people coming back unless it's to have another repair. Spot on. So you don't need as much, you just want a little bit. There we go. Lovely. So that's going to dry momentarily. While it's drying, I'm going to bring the tablet back over here. We might as well get it all plugged back in and just test it. So that's that plugged back in. And then we'll put this shield over the top, just like that. And before I seal it, turn it on, check it's all still working. Now I'm just feeling there that this is a little bit over the frame and stopping something from going in. So it looks like the touch screen cables go around here and need to poke in. So I'm just going to run my tweezers across the top here to make sure it's all stuck down nicely. And then use my head, find where that is. Just cut out where that cable needs to go. Okay, so hopefully it fits in there nicely. Is there a bit on this side too? A little bit, I think, around here. I couldn't feel it on that side, so let's just try again. No, we're good. Perfect. That looks like it's going to fit in perfectly. Nice. So we will power him on. Test it, touch again. what I will do is I will pause the video and log in and do full tests. I think we're quite good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do full tests, and then I'll come back on the video so you guys can see us sealing. Right, so I've done full tests now. I'm perfectly happy with it. So we're going to turn it off and go through sealing. So sealing, very, very simple. We've done all the hard work now. From here, it should be reasonably easy. So we're just going to basically lift this screen. We're just going to peel this adhesive away. Or the adhesive covers away, sorry, I should probably say. So that is all the adhesive covers peeled. Now I just need to obviously align this screen nicely. You don't want any gaps on any sides, although this particular model did have very small gaps around the edges. There we go. So that is lined up, stuck down. What we do next is we heat this screen up, and then we will clamp. So I'm not going to do the heating on video, but I'll come back once it's warm and show you where we clamp it. Right, so this surface has now been on the heat mat for a little while, a few minutes. So that is nice and warm around the edges there. So we're just going to clamp him now. So we use a mixture of these Henley clips, these red clips, or even these do just as good a job. These are just some cheaper alternatives you can get on AliExpress or eBay quite easily. So again, we've used the Henley, or the bigger style clips on the corners. And then we put the yellow clip, the red clip, sorry, around the edge. These are really, really good. Okay. Fantastic. And then I'll put, I think, 3 on each side, like so. And then 4, maybe 5 along the top and bottom. We always like to clamp at least for a few hours, but if possible overnight, just to ensure that this thing has the best possible bond. Again, the last thing you want is someone coming back with lift on the screen. Perfect. Now that it's clamped, I'm just going to turn it on one more time and make sure it's all working again. And that should be that. So as long as I have touch here, which I do, I'll be happy enough. Perfect. That is one perfectly repaired Surface Pro 9. So here is our perfectly repaired Surface Pro 9 ready for our customers to collect within a few hours. So here he is, that lovely Surface Pro 9 that we've just repaired. Excuse the glare from the lights, but this has full touch working, everything. So I'm really happy with this repair. And that's it, all clamped, sealed, ready to go. So that's me, Rory Pratt from Pratt's Pods. Thankfully, this one went really well for the video, and other than the little drop, but I think we can probably excuse that. But that's how we do a Surface Pro 9 repair. Now, that was a lot easier than some of the older models. If you have a Surface Pro and you need help with repair, if you have a repair shop and you're not comfortable doing Surface Pro repairs, or if you're a user and you're sick of having that broken screen or a poor battery, then get in touch and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you very much. That's Rory from Pratt's Pods. Please like, subscribe, and share this video if you've enjoyed it. Thank you.